I think it was El Reno, Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
and which is outside of Oklahoma City.
Oh, yeah. Big prison there.
Huh?
Big prison there.
Yeah,
Federal
big prison.
Yep.
And they found his body about a mile and a half off the road. His car was parked alongside the road, full of blood.
Jeez.
And he had, there were drag marks from his car to where they found his body. And in fact, he had to go over a barbed wire fence. And there were ligature marks on his ankles. So they pulled him. Somebody pulled him.
Yep.
He shot himself in the head on the right side of his skull, and he was left-handed. And
good.
he had 13 cut marks on him, and knife wounds on each side, right and left side of his main artery going down his neck, and 11 more up and down his arm. A total of 13. That's satanic, of course. And then the coroner came along and said he committed suicide. But that's a true story. I have the autopsy in my Oklahoma City report, by the way.
See, Ted, here's an example. Stuff like this comes out, and you and I see it and go absolutely bananas. The mainstream press does nothing. Politicians do nothing. The police force does nothing. And the general public does nothing. I mean, how can we expect to make any changes if the average person doesn't give a damn?
Well, Alex, I mean, your audience tonight is, you say, 500,000?
Yeah, about 500,000.
Well, if everybody would order these reports or check my website, tedgunderson.com, and order my reports, make copies, get them out to your friends.
Yeah.
I'd be glad to make copies for you.
That's
and I send them, by the way, my reports go out unbound. They go out unbound so that the people can make copies.
Good. That's good.
So, if 500,000 people ordered some of my Oklahoma City report, $25, ordered this $90 package, and made copies of it.
Yeah.
And for just 3 people, hey, that's going to be a lot of people would be educated real quick. By the way, I've had orders from Europe. I had an order from Holland not too long ago. I've had orders from Germany.
Good.
And I'm waiting for some orders from my native country, Norway. Come on, you Norwegians, get on the internet and order some of my research and pass the word out. The Norwegians were during World War II. The way they fought and the Germans was remarkable. Of course, the underground in Europe was fantastic in those days.
Yep.
Poland, France, and what have you. But the underground in Norway was highly decorated. And I remember there was a good movie here not too long ago. It was quite a few years ago, but on the power plant that the underground went in and destroyed, that the Nazis had control of and were guarding and so forth.
I don't remember that, but interesting. Where are the Lincoln type people, the founding father type people that we used to have in this country? Where are those people today, Ted? I mean, are they totally gone? Are they totally subjugated? Where they're afraid to do anything? Or
well, I think a lot of them are dead. I think they could kill a lot. Look at the Gary Webbs and the Hunter Thompsons and the Bill Colbys and the 170-some people that died just in the Clintons.
Huh? Yep, 175.
There's another interesting story here. Speaking of Lincoln, I'm going to talk a little bit about Lincoln, Nebraska. John Decamp was one of the most, as I said earlier on the show, Omaha World Herald said he was the most prominent politician. Mm-hmm. Once he came out with this information and documented it, I mean, he was blackballed, big time. His income went down and so forth. Now, I went to high school and college back in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I had a number of friends who were very prominent businessmen there. One's in real estate, one's in insurance, another was in the banker, and so on and so forth. And when I came out publicly with information about the Nebraska Franklin cover-up, those people shunned me, wouldn't correspond with me, didn't want to hear from me, and I lost a number of my friends.
And as John said, you were a football star there.
Well, he exaggerated. Okay, it's nice of him to say that. But I did play football, but I wasn't a star. Believe me.
Did you?
I was a very good high school player.
Did you start?
No. I was on the scout squad.
Okay.
But if John wants to make a football hero out of me, I'll let him do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I told him once, John, look, just, play that down a little bit,
Yeah, right, just a little bit.
As a matter of fact, there's a book on the McDonald case. Did I mention I'm going to be on 48 Hours Mysteries in September?
Yes, you did the other night, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, what I'd like is remind me, because when that comes up, I want to put it on the website.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, that'll be the opening show on 48 Hours this fall, so it'll be September.
Okay.
But there's been two books written on the Jeffrey McDonald case. One is Fatal Justice, the other one's Fatal Vision.
Yep.
And in the Fatal Justice book by Jerry Potter and Post, I can't think of his Post name right offhand. The other, they co-authored it. He mentioned that I played linebacker at Nebraska and so on and so forth.
Okay.
But I wasn't any star or anything. But that's beside the point. The main thing is that one thing that athletics taught me, and I've used it in my life ever since, it taught me how to win and lose. It taught me how to be competitive, and it taught me how to fight right from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, you betcha. And
never give up. Never give up.
Isn't that a shame that today in our school system, the liberals today think that we shouldn't have sports because that makes kids competitive, and it means that one of them has to lose, and it's gonna hurt their self-image.
Well, hey, you have to learn to lose because you're going to lose in life. You can't win every time in life.
Yeah.
And you got to learn to lose. And but what did Vince Lombardi said? You show me somebody that doesn't mind losing, I'll show you a loser.
Right. Yeah. He says, show me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser.
Yeah. Right.
But isn't that true? I mean, it really is true.
Yeah, that's right. I hate to lose. It hurts. I don't like it. But but you have to take it with the good and the bad.
I guess so. But yeah, again, I can't let this thing go, Ted. I cannot let it go. And I said I swore, to God a while back that because of you hear stories like Noreen's story and story of these other kids and the thousands and thousands that are happening today, and I read the testimony by Paul Benassi.
Isn't that testimony something?
Before Congress.
Yeah.
And number one, it just screwed my head up for days, turned my stomach, and I said, this cannot be. This has to stop. So whatever it is, whatever it takes, I think we have to do it. We owe it to our future generations. We owe it to humanity itself.
We owe it to our children and grandchildren.
Yes, sir, we sure do.
Well, I tried to push John on that destruction of the pictures in the Franklin cover-up case.
Yeah.
But he switched gears on me, went over to Columbine.
Right.
He avoided that. And I'll just tell you the story on that.
Yeah, please do.
John was, as an attorney for Benassi, allowed to go in and look at the pictures. They had a bunch of pictures in there. But he could not, as I recall, make notes. And he had a gag order on him. And the judge publicly made the statement in the courtroom, public, whatever you want to call it, that he was not going to allow those pictures out in the public to be released to destroy the reputation of respectable citizens. Now, the judge actually made that statement.
Even though the pictures were of these supposed respectable citizens.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. See, it's so all pervasive,